So I'm Christina Perry. I'm the program coordinator for our school-based services program at STARS Community Services.
My name is Keisha Ingram, and I am the TAY Transitional Age Youth Program Coordinator at STARS Community Services.
And I'm Angela Isao. I'm the Regional Internship Director for SPHG. I cover our North region and our Central. So I cover our Sacramento, San Leandro, San Jose, Fresno, Modesto, and Merced.
With the SSP program, and I'm sure, with STARS in general, where our goal is to help youth and young adults succeed in school, home, and personal lives. To achieve this goal, we offer a variety of services to students and their families or caregivers. The SSP program, we support 20 schools in Oakland, Hayward, and San Lorenzo school districts, and we work with elementary, middle, and high school. The youth referred must be between the ages for us 5 to 19 and have to be Medi-Cal eligible and live in Alameda County. And as far as like our philosophy and mission within the school base, and I'm sure within STARS, is the treatment of children should be strength-based and include family involvement. Collaboration between child, family, and therapists should focus on improving skills for school success. Community resources and support are used to develop long-term self-sufficiency. Each student's needs are unique and considered when planning treatment, and program staff work closely with teachers, principals, and other school resources to achieve the goals established by student, family, and treatment plan.
And yes, for the TAY program, we do have the same philosophy and mission like Christina mentioned, but a few things that are different. We work with 17 to 24-year-olds who have acute and persistent mental health disabilities throughout Alameda County. So we work throughout the community in the field. We meet the clients where they are at, and we just help them there.
As a whole, our agency really believes in partnering. Our mission that is, and our motto that we have kind of everywhere, is that we want to partner with people for positive change. We really want the voice of our clients and families to be what helps drive our work.
So the expectations and duties are the same as our full-time clinicians. The only difference is it is a paid position. The only difference is they're part-time, so it's 24 hours a week. And it includes client family engagement, assessments, evaluation, individual family group therapy, and case management. We also, the position will also act as a liaison with external agencies and functions on teams, specifically like the school or, social workers, whatnot, clinical and support staff. And there is billing. So because we work with Medi-Cal, we have documentation and bill for mental health and case management services.
Yeah, for mine, it's the same duties as our clinicians. The only difference is they're part-time and they have a smaller caseload that they will hold. But the biggest thing beyond the client work is completing the Medi-Cal billing documentation and just getting creative on, any groups that we run, because we do run a lot of groups within the community for our clients. And so that may take a little bit of time, but not too much.
So with Alameda County, we have a process called the cost team referral. So with our school site program, we team up with the cost team and we'll get our referrals from there. So we operate under Medi-Cal requirements, meaning in order to provide service to a youth, the symptoms present have to be impacting functioning, whether home, school, or community. And there has to be a diagnosis that qualifies, a qualifying diagnosis under Medi-Cal. And then we also use various assessment tools and screenings, and we end up writing this, the trainees will write psychosocial assessments as well.
And for the TAY program, our referrals only come through the Alameda County Access Line, and you have to have Medi-Cal in order to be considered for our program. And so with the Access Line, They will look at the referral, the symptoms and behaviors, hospitalization history, and they'll make a determination on if they will benefit from a TAY level 1 service or if they need a more higher level of care or a lower level of care.
SSP program, you would see, since a trainee would work 3 days a week, you would see about 8 to 10 clients per caseload.
And for the TAY program, we usually typically see between 3 to 7 clients for our trainees, depending on their experience and what their comfort level is. And so it may go up to 10, but we try to keep it between 3 and 7.
For both of our programs, we have weekly individual supervision, we have group supervision, and then we also have support from lead clinicians.
Yes, and that's the same. We have weekly individual supervision. They get 2 hours of group supervision weekly and then additional supervision consultation as needed throughout the week.
Keisha, feel free to jump in. So when onboarding, the first 2 to 3 weeks are typically centered around various trainings, orienting to STARS, the agency, as far as clinical trainings, assessing for suicide risk. For us, since we have the younger kids, we'll have like a play therapy training. Yeah, we do across the board tons of training the first 2 to 3 weeks, and then after that you'll receive we have a great training department, and they often send regular emails with outside providers who are providing training, which it's free for us to go to. 1 second.
And I'll pick up on that since Christina got the dog making some noise. But yes, a lot of our trainings occur, during team meetings. We meet up weekly with our teams. For the SSP department, it's every Wednesday. For the TAY department, it's every Tuesday. And we'll bring trainings on diagnosis, psychosis. We'll continue to offer the emails that come through from our training department for outside agencies. But for the most part, everything is usually electronic for the trainings, or you can complete on your own time. So you can get a link for some of the trainings and then you can take a day to complete them that way. But usually everything is virtual.
Yeah, we also have trainings within our own programs too. I know we have team meetings where clinicians themselves will host a training for the other clinicians. So that part's nice too. So you get the experience of doing trainings and participating in trainings.
And part of being a part of STARS Behavioral Health Group, with having approximately 50 agencies throughout the state of California, we have opportunities to get training throughout, from whatever person maybe has a training that would be appropriate. So, we'll often get trainings from our teams down in Southern California. Like specifically right now, I think they're working on some men's mental health trainings, because November is, Men's Mental Health Month. And so we have access to that. So as being a part of the big corporation, we have access to many trainings that are offered throughout the state. And then just as both Christina and Keisha spoke to, we have a lot of online trainings through our STARS University. It's our electronic learning system that we have. And then being county contracted, we have opportunities to get trainings through the county that they may offer. And especially if they have any requirements for us to make sure we fulfill.
Successful trainees, we notice that they ask for support when needed. They're transparent about it. Flexibility, and then a particular type of resilience and grit. The type of people who are able to kind of deal with maybe a not so easy parent and provide that support, and then feel process it with supervisor, ask for that support from supervisor and be okay, and not let it, disrupt their groove, their clinical groove, I guess. But yeah, we're looking for trainees that have that type of grit to them, because the work can get challenging. And like I said, we have abundance of support. So that's a key piece in being transparent about support needed.
And for us at Tay, it's just experience or comfort working with clients in the community, being flexible, organized, responsible, and just the willingness to ask for help and being transparent about it. And also just some knowledge or being comfortable working with clients with psychosis.
I think overall, in addition to what both Christina and Keisha listed, I think it's knowing that they're not supposed to know everything. I mean, some experience is great. And even if they don't have experience, but if they come in with a certain desire to learn, but also, I don't know any other way to describe it, but a sense of humility that they're not going to know everything. They're going to be learning. And there's probably going to be days where they feel like, I didn't know anything. And that's okay. And that's why we have all the support there. So I think what we really look for is, someone who they don't know everything, and that's okay. And that they're willing to ask questions. So then they don't do something, that maybe opens them up to, a bigger snowball. So we just, we want someone who's, comfortable with knowing that they don't know everything and asking questions.
Say it would definitely be navigating the school systems and finding ways to appropriately advocate for clients' needs within the school system. So it's we don't work for the school, but we definitely work with the school. And I know a big part is we're advocating for our clients and our families. So how do we kind of build the bridge between the two? So navigating that can be challenging.
And also with that, the learning curve can be challenging. The paperwork can be confusing and sometimes overwhelming when this is your first time working with Medi-Cal billing. And so, yeah, it's just being patient and just understanding this is a learning process. You're going to get better at it. Nobody is going to beat you up or scold you for not understanding it. You're going to learn. And once you can learn and understand Medi-Cal billing, life is going to be so much easier, with you moving on to a different career or a different placement. So yeah, that can be the biggest challenge.
I think one of the things that I'm most proud at STARS is our committees and our groups that we have. So we have like a wellness celebration committee. We have Keisha, who's co-chair of the cultural responsive committee. We also have clinicians who've spun off and led, like we have the Spanish bilingual group, where we often collaborate with the cultural responsive committee. We have the Black clinicians group, and we also have the racial conversation group. So different like places where we can come together and bond and talk, and it's across programs too. So we're all kind of mixing, and that can be a nice outlet where yes, you get support from your supervisors and you get support from group, and then you have your other clinicians that you can lean on and talk about things that, you're passionate about aside from just the clinical stuff.
And also, trainees will need to be able to drive and transport clients in their own car. We do have some company vans that we're able to use and reserve for our own personal use when we're going to see clients or having a bigger group. We do offer mileage reimbursement. We also give a monthly cell phone / Wi-Fi stipend reimbursement. And this is a paid position. Typically, you work 20 hours a week, maybe 3 days a week. Yeah, and it's a fun learning environment. You're going to get a lot of training, a lot of supervision, and you're just going to learn. And STARS is here to help you along the way as you start to navigate your new career.
echoing, we have a lot of opportunities for our interns. Um, they have an opportunity to get a job afterwards once they graduate if they decide that they like us, and that they want to continue their growth with us. They have an opportunity to be employed. There are times when they have an opportunity to be employed while they're in their school placement. But also because we are statewide, if they should have to move, maybe something happens in their family and they need to move, they have the opportunity to, maybe go to one of our other agencies. And I just, the team at STARS is, they're very close knit, and they're very, being a regional person, sometimes I get to peek in and just watching them, they're very close and very caring with each other. They can laugh with each other. I think they are very supportive when other stuff comes up where they're not laughing. So I just, it's not about just, coming in and just getting it done just so you can graduate. It's you're joining a team that is a lot like a family. So that's, one thing that I think is really important and special about STARS. And I think that just as a culture across, just because I've had the opportunity to observe, I think as a company, that's something that we really try to instill, that our staff are important, our clients are important. So yeah, it's not just to come in and a job, get it done and leave. It's you're now a part of something. You're a part of a team, almost like a family.